tonight. It's another episode. It's a first episode. Well, this is episode 0. So this is going to be episode 0. I plan to do this 52 times every Saturday night on Saturday nights. Now I know I kind of said that we were going to build a I know I kind of said that we were going to build a idea, but it's not really realistic to think about it like that because the thing is, hold on a minute, let me change this thumbnail. How do I change this thumbnail? There's no way to change this thumbnail. Maybe it's something that I do before. Okay, I'll just have to, let me see. Or maybe there's a way I could change this thumbnail. Let me see. Okay, maybe there's not a way I could change it, but all right, I'll worry about that some other time. Anyway, why are we here tonight? Well, we're here tonight for a few reasons. Um, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do every night. Well, not every night, but what we're gonna do Saturday nights. I'm usually up. I'm bored. I'm looking for something creative to do. So I thought this would be cool to do, to share with you not just my journey of indie hacking, but also how I do it. Ways you can do it. Um, so I thought it'd be cool to do something like this every Saturday night, late night. I don't got anything to do. I make me some tea. I get me some water. I get me some snacks, and I just make it happen. So you're gonna hear some eating. I'm gonna disappear and take breaks and everything, like that. Maybe I should change this title though. I don't know. Indie Hacker Saturday Night Sesh. Let's build an idea. Maybe I should change this title. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's just do this. Let's get the stagnation going. All right, guys. So my name, I'm an indie hacker, and I do this a lot, and I really enjoy doing this. I've built several projects I'm really good on. I built several projects I'm really proud of. I think I even did an indie hacker website. Did I do an indie hacker website? Indie hacker. I don't even know if I did the indie hacker website. Let me see something here. I may have did an indie hacker website where I have all my stuff that I sell. I don't know if I finished it yet. Let me go take a look here, see if I did that. Because I have an indie hacker page, but I'm not sure if I set up my indie hacker website. I thought I did. I thought I did. Okay, so maybe I did. Mhm. I got so much stuff to do. This is crazy because I really got like a lot of stuff to do here. Man, okay, I didn't do it. I thought I did it. Or maybe I did it. I just didn't launch it. I can't remember. There's so much going on. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out because we gotta open up GitHub. Let me get my GitHub open. We'll figure it out. Okay. So what is indie hacking? You know what indie hacking is. If you have any questions, if you're new here, if you have questions about indie hacking or you're new here, then come on, come on. Come on, come on. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change the title of this to Indie Hacker Saturday Night AMA. Indie Hacker Saturday Night AMA. Let's build an idea. That's what I'm gonna do. Every Saturday night, I'm gonna come on here and answer your indie hacker questions. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't have my camera on because I kind of like working shirtless and I'm doing my thing, and I might put on some music and I might do my thing. So just bear with me. Matter of fact, I'm about to put on my playlist right now. and get in the mood. So bear with me here. My mic was muted. Okay. I'm gonna listen to some Nardo Wick, Who Wants Smoke. I'm gonna listen to some Nardo Wick, Who Wants Smoke. If you want to join me.
Native is my favorite body wash, and here's why. I have fresh eucalyptus in my shower.
That's what I'm gonna listen to. Let me put my headphones on first. My headphones aren't even on yet. Apple does a real bad job of making all this work, but I usually use Apple Music, but they don't have an Apple YouTube yet. They should have an Apple YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, that would be really cool because with everything in the iCloud and that might be a project idea, a YouTube based off of Apple iCloud. Because everyone's content's up there in the iCloud. It'd be really simple, and then you could just drop everything down. That might be a good idea to build. All right. Anyway, I kind of misspoke. When I said we were going to build an idea. We're not actually going to build an idea. We don't have enough time to do that tonight. Ideals take a really, really long time. Like I could start on something tonight and work on it every day, and it could take 3 weeks. Because I always get complicated. I get really into it. I do so many different changes, and oh man, it's a mess. But the main thing no, I can't do this and talk at the same time. So no music. Music is fucking me up. I gotta do it when I'm not talking, and I have something to show you guys. So okay, but yeah, so we're just gonna build a feature tonight. So what I have is I have an idea. I've had an idea for a long time. It's buried in Chat GPT. I use AI a lot. Okay, let me just tell you that right now. I use AI a lot to help me code. So let me show you what we're going to use tonight. Let me start with that because I use AI a lot to help me code. So what we're going to use tonight, we're going to use Visual Studio Code, right? Let me show you that. We're going to use Visual Studio Code. All right. We're going to use Visual Studio Code, as always, one of my favorites. I still have to work on, I still have to update it. I don't like messing with it because this version works on my computer. The other version that they updated to doesn't work on my computer. And so I don't like really messing with it. So don't pay this stuff no mind. But we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. I'm going to show you how to set up a file and a folder and all that stuff in a moment. Okay. We're going to use Visual Studio Code tonight. And let me see here. I don't want you guys all in my Chat GPT business. So we're going to use Visual Studio Code, and we are going to use Chat GPT. We're going to use Chat GPT tonight. Now, when we get to The Firebase stuff, then we'll actually use that version of Bart that they still have, and I'll show you why using that is really important and why it works really good. So knowing that I need to use Firebase at some point, Firebase off, Firebase, Firestore, I usually just tell the AI, the language model up front so it could hold the place for me. But we're not going to probably get to that tonight. What we're going to get tonight, what we're going to get through tonight is like a little demonstration of the travel app. That's what we're building tonight, a travel app. So we're going to use chat, we're going to use Visual Studio, and I'm going to stop right there with just that. So I use chat to help me write my code. It's pretty cool. I write mainly in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's pretty cool. Here goes the thing though. If you have never took the time to learn any code, you're going to struggle. You're not going to know how to do this. You're going to try, you're going to fail. Nothing is going to make any sense to you. And what's going to happen is that the language model, I call it a wild Mustang. It does not produce the results you want. It does not produce the results you want. Okay? What it gives you is it gives you anything. And so then you still have to go in and tweak it and fix it and customize it. It does not always give you the results that you want. So keep that in mind. Okay? Just hold on to that when you think about you can do this without knowing anything. Because so the simple thing is the HTML and the CSS. Think of that like your foundation and then your frame. The HTML is your foundation, the CSS is your frame and your roof, and then the JavaScript is the doors that open, the windows, everything else that make the feature work. All features use JavaScript or some variation of API, or I haven't had time to learn Node, JS, or any stack. I probably won't. I should really take time to look at a video or two. If I can if I can learn Node, I would be killer with this because most of the stuff I need to do requires Node, and I would be killer with this. But I just need to know enough about Node, how to set it up, and how to read. I don't actually need to know what anything does. So, like I said, my background is in UX design, and I learned how to code at least HTML and CSS, which is easy, but I learned HTML mainly for survival, mainly for making prototypes. So that's what I'm really good at, making prototypes. And then JavaScript was just, you can learn basic JavaScript, and Chat GPT will help you out with that, but you got to know basic JavaScript. And then that's it. It's easy. It just is patience and trial and error. It's really understanding where you want to get to, and then how do you start. And if you have any, I'll give you a tip about Chat GPT. But like I said, you gotta know how to read code the way you read a book. You have to think about reading code in the same way that you read a book. So you have to learn how to do that. So I'll give you a tip about Chat GPT. Ask Chat GPT to lay out the instructions for you in a tutorial format. Okay? Ask Chat GPT to lay out the instructions for you in a tutorial format. Okay? That's what I want to say for you to do. Okay? And so that's what you got to do. If you do that, it'll be easy for you. It'll be really easy for you. And you're also going to need GitHub, and you're going to need, I don't even know what those are called. What are they called? You're going to need GitHub. And let me tell you, it took me a long time to understand how to use GitHub. It took me a long time, but once I learned how to use GitHub, man, it was on and popping for me. But you're gonna need to learn how to use GitHub. What are these called? Remote first cloud computing company that offers a development platform that includes build, deploy, and serverless backend services for web applications and dynamic websites. Netlify. Netlify. I think I'm saying that right. You're gonna need Netlify. You're gonna need Netlify, or you're going to need, I don't even know what they're called. I guess it's like I would say like dynamic hosting. I don't even know what they're called. I really don't. I just know to use them. I never really thought of what they're called. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna need a cloud platform like Netlify or Vericel. So I should warn you, I lean very heavily with Jamstack. Okay, I lean very heavily with Jamstack. So you're gonna need one of those two. Each one of them has their benefits. Like Vericel, it when you update, it loads very fast. When you deploy, it deploys very fast. Netlify has other updates and things you can do with branches and different things for deployment and packages and dynamic stuff and database stuff that I don't mess with yet. But because I use Firestore for my database because it's just easier and it's more secure and the rules and everything. So I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're gonna need one of those two too. Vericel and Netlify. Each one has their own. Each one has their benefits. Each one has their benefits. What are Netlify, and Vericel called? Or what's the difference? Let's see. What is the difference between them? What's the difference? What's the difference between Netlify and Vericel? Vericel and Netlify are both platforms that help developers build applications and websites, but they have some differences, including. Okay, so you can look for yourself what the differences are, but basically, they're just what you're going to need. You can use GitHub, but I was using GitHub for a minute. I was like doing deployment on GitHub. I forgot why I changed. I think because it takes a really long time. It doesn't really give you that good of a URL. This was different things about it. It's not really, that's what it was. GitHub is not really dynamic. So you can't really do any of that like Firebase stuff or any of that stuff, right? It doesn't really work that well. I forgot what it was. But anyway, I moved on from GitHub. I moved on from web pages and started messing around with these guys. But anyway, I've been talking for like 20 minutes now. So maybe I might go grab a snack. Let me go grab a snack and I'll be right back. And then we're going to build our feature. Oh, let me tell you about what we're working on tonight. So what we're working on tonight is we are working on I have an idea for a travel app. But it's a big travel app. One of the features I was going to deploy first with the travel app, because I have this problem, this feature is going to tell you when is the best time to visit this country. So for example, it's November. It'll tell you when is the best time. Well, it'll tell you what countries are best to visit for November. Okay, so that's what the feature is. It just tells you what countries are the best to visit in that month, or what countries you should go to this month this season, whatever. Is it a good time to visit this country? I haven't really got out how it works, but I just know that I wanted to tell you, hey, November's a good time to go visit Thailand. Hey, November's a good time to go visit this country. Okay, it'll just tell you that. And that's what I was going to do. Because like I said, I can start with this thing today and do 3 weeks easily. I'm going to show you what I built and how long it took. And this really took like 3, 4 weeks, 6 weeks to build it. And that was with AI. Because like I said, you start with one thing and then you start with another thing and then you start with another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. And then you just keep going on and on and on. All right, let me go get some snacks. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You're going to hear some munching because my brain needs some energy. So you're going to hear some munching. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Let me show you what I built already. This is what I built already. I built this project right here. Unicorn Hunter Investment Simulation. It's a game that lets you simulate being a VC. Okay. It's a game. Pretty cool. You know, you gotta pay through Stripe. You gotta pay through Stripe to join the game. And I'm gonna show you what it looked like. I don't want to show you the login and register stuff. I don't want you to have that URL yet, unless you sign up for the game. So, but you're gonna, I guess you have it anyway. Maybe I should take that off. See how you think about stuff? I don't want you to have the URL, but I put it right here. So you actually have it. You shouldn't have it. So now I gotta go fix that. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We need some crackers with this. Cold cuts and cheese just don't taste right. Turkey don't sit well with my stomach for some reason. Ooh. And some crackers. What was the last thing I ate? Anyway, this is how it works. You know, and I haven't really been playing it much, but when I do, all this works. You know. Oh, I thought I was sharing it, but I'm not. Let me go in and share it for you guys. Anyway, this is what I built. Basically. This part kind of messed up. I don't know why. I thought I fixed that, but it's okay. Anyway, you go here, you simulate your emails, go to your portfolio, you go back to dashboard. That's it. Log out. That's it. You know, I got to start playing it more. I haven't really played it. I need to play it more. So that's what I built with ChatGPT, with AI. Food is good. I need this. My brain is like, we're hungry. I tell you, coding makes you hungry. I'm not kidding. All right, so let's get to work. Let's stop playing around. Let's get to work. I want to show you another tool that I also use That's really cool. Travel time, lizard. Travel time lizard is a real cool tool. It's basically AI Figma. If Figma was an AI, that's what this would be. It's on steroids. It's on steroids. Okay. Everything it creates, let me show you. You got 3 different ways to create: template, which I never use; screenshot, which I use; auto designer, which I always use. You click on auto designer. Oh, matter of fact, let me get my month. Let me copy my link. I can get my month. If you want to use this, use my link. Let me share my link with you guys. Use this link for use this link for Lizard. Lizard is super duper cool. I love it. I mean, it does everything for you. It's like if Figma had AI. If Figma had AI, it would be Lizard. I click here, right? It gives me a screen. Let's say we just put in travel. All right. And then you pick one of these. If you have a website of mine, you can put the URL in. Let's play around with this. Let's do Airbnb URL. Let's play around with this. Let's do Airbnb URL. Right? What is that? Oh, I don't know what that is, but it's crazy. Let's play around with this. Let's do Airbnb's URL. All right? And then you click on that. I've never done this before, actually. I usually just do the other way. I'll show you the other way later, but damn, it's gonna do its thing. ANET, Skynet, AI Skynet style disaster. So please don't tell to make it pop. That's funny. Hold on. What did it give me? Is this a desktop or mobile? And voila, it creates it in front of you in real time. Voila. 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 But is this tablet or is this? Wow. This is mobile. I want a desktop. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. I fucked up. I messed it up. I don't know how. I wanted desktop. Probably wasn't paying attention. Travel app. Travel. You gotta put travel web app because it's a web app. URL. Let's try this again. Okay. Get website. Try this again. off to the races. Generate my project. Let me tell you, for a designer, this thing is a godsend. I wish I had this when I was in boot camp. This just really changes the game. This really changes the whole game. It used to even give you HTML, but they took that feature away for some reason and just give you React and CSS. This isn't bad, but I don't use React. So. Let me show you something really cool that they did with this, right? Look, let me show you something really cool. This is good design advocate. Look, you're lost on the canvas. Most people don't even know. All you got to do is go like this. Well, that's not working. So you really lost on the canvas. So it just say, go back to content. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's what UX is. People ask me, what is UX? That's what UX is. I got to do a whole video on that. That is what UX is. When you find yourself lost and it has that, says lost on the canvas, that's what UX is. That's what UX is. Coming up with that type of feature. And that's a feature. That's a big freaking deal. All right. And it gives you some pretty good design ideas. You know, it gives you some good feedback. It definitely gives you some good layouts, and you can even turn the layouts into wireframes. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Like, you could build a whole portfolio with this. Don't tell no one I told you, but it's doing it for you. Like, it's cool. It's really cool. Well, anyway, so, all right. Let me get down to work now. So enough with that. Enough with those fun and games. Let's go over here to chat and let's go make something. Let's go build this feature. We'll try to work on this feature. I'm already exhausted now. I might take a nap. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to say, okay, let's see here. Okay. We are going to create a feature of a web app using HTML, CSS, and JS. The feature will provide a web app push notification to the user's mobile browser that tells them which countries are the best to visit for the current month. Okay. So, all right. So we just want to create simple HTML and CSS layout with JS just for testing the feature of notifying the user by a push notification within their push notification from their mobile browser. Okay. Also use Trailwinds. I love Trailwinds. All right, let's see what it says. Okay. That when clicked would trigger a browser push notification, and permissions are granted by the user. Okay. And see, sometimes it doesn't give you separate files. So give me the files separate. You got to say all this stuff. I need a file separate. Okay. And the tree is very important. The file structure, very, very important. So remember when I said you got to learn how to read code? Like I look at this index code, I can read it like it's a newspaper, you know? This is a heading, class, 2 extra large, font, semi-bold, text gray, 800. The head and travel recommendations, the H1 header. This is a div, the class for the div, notification container. That's where it's going to pop up. It's going to pop up the notification container. It's going to be everything that's right here. Receive notifications for the best countries to visit this month. Enable notifications. So, you know, this is going to be the trigger button on the web app. Styles, notification container, yada, 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 yada. Notification button. And so now I kind of can already visualize what it is, but we won't know until we put it together. And this is a project that I'm working on the side, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Somebody else probably got this in mind already. I don't know why they're holding back, but the main HTML file. Oh, here we go ahead. It tells you what everything does too. It says explanation. The structure includes a center card with a title and a button to enable notifications. If click it if it checks if notifications are supported. If granted, it sends a test notification title with a short message. Okay. So this is how we're going to test if this works. Okay. Now, that's it. That's it. We got the code. Okay. Now we take the code. Now to use the code, remember I told you we had our Visual Code Studio. Now we got to go over here to our Visual Code Studio. Okay, so now we got to go over here to our Visual Code Studio. This is the fun part. This is the part that I like the most. Okay, and so we're going to go over here. Visual Code Studio is kind of weird because it doesn't let you create a new folder. It only lets you create a new file. I don't understand that. But anyway, we're going to create a new file. Okay, we want to create a new file. You never want to do a text file. You want to create a file. And so we type in index.html. Every website starts with, well, every website starts with index HTML, but not really in that order because it depends. If you're writing in a text editor, then it's something different, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it's either going to be start with an index HTML or a doc type, and I'll show you what that is in a minute if you don't know. So now this is the part that I don't get that's backwards. So now I have to create a folder. This folder, we're just going to call it travel app test, because we're just creating test code to see if this, see how this works, right? We're not sure if you want to commit to the project. We're not sure about that. We just want to see if it works, right? So then we got the index. Now we got to do another, file. This file is going to be real simple. Usually you want to see what they call it in chat. It's usually going to be style CSS. And I'll show you a really cool style trick later, but you can have a lot of style files, and it's a really cool trick. But no, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to make a new file, and we're going to call that file style.css, and we're going to save that too. And then we're going to do the last file, which you'll find at the very end of the HTML code. Anytime you use JavaScript, there's always going to be a script involved. So that file is just script.js. That file is always going to be script.js. Okay, so now we got all our files together. And the crazy thing is, I already have this as a template. I don't even know why I keep doing this. I already have this set up as a template. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let me do this. I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm going to take the opportunity to duplicate this, right? And then I'm just going to call it something else and call it my file boilerplate. Call it my file boilerplate so that I always have it and I don't need to keep doing it, because I always, have to keep doing this process over and over again. It's really annoying to keep having to do it over. Okay, so anyway, now you see we got our files, right? And so the first thing you want to do is you want to go and you want to save all. I always like to go and save all. That cements it. That cements it. So we got our file. I always go and save all. I go back to my HTML file. I go back to ChatGTP. I copy the index code. Copy the index code. I go back here and I put in the index code. Now, if you're just using the editor, this is what the index, this is what the HTML, this is what the website starts with. Every website starts with doc type HTML, and HTML language equals EN. Of course, any language, it could be Spanish, it could be, that just means that's the language the page is going to display in, primarily. Okay, so a guy did an article. It was kind of funny because he said that he sat some people in a room and he asked them how to make a web page, and nobody knew where to start. And what he was alluding to was this right here. The first line is always going to be doc type, HTML. Then HTML language equals English, okay? And you got your tags. You got your head. You got your brackets, right? Then you got your head, your body, your divs, and your body, and your closing out tags, okay? So now if you're using an editor, you start with this. If you're using Studio, then you got to make the files first. Styles doesn't have that. JavaScript doesn't have that. They don't have that stuff. So this is how you connect your scripts, right? And you can have more than one script. You just have to connect it to HTML. remember what I told you. The script is really how everything's going to work. So it's important that you know enough about JavaScript to understand how everything's going to work. So I can read this JavaScript. I can read it enough to know if the functions are there that I want to be there. Okay. So we copy and paste that. That's our CSS. We go over here to the script and we copy the script. Okay. And then we put the script in. Okay. And that's the script. Simple. You got to keep it simple. I'm telling you, if you start too big, you are going to get lost. Now, see, I can read this. This right here is handle push notification stuff, right? And then this right here is request permission from user. And then you need to enable. So it's got the errors and everything else, okay? Placeholders, everything else. So it's real simple. You want to keep this simple. You want to keep your JavaScript simple. Trust me on this for a lot of reasons, because you can use Chat GPT to correct any errors. We're doing this first because, let's face it, Chat does have a lot of errors. Now, that's it. We got that part done. That's all it is. You save all. Now, we go over here to the GitHub repository. And you guys pretty much know how to do GitHub, right? So I don't got to show you that. So we're going to name this repository test. We're going to name this repository travel underscore app underscore feature. Okay. Travel app underscore, because I don't even have a name for the app. I don't. We're going to go add README. I like to make my repositories private. And then we go create repository. And of course, you know how to do this. And then we're going to add files, upload files. We're going to pick our files. I like to use the desktop so I know where everything's at. And we go to our travel app test folder. We're going to copy our 3 files. And I didn't even bother to look at how it looks. I should have showed you guys how it looks. I didn't even bother to look at how it looks. But this is how it looks, okay? This is how it looks. This is just the local. So it's not really important. It's just the local. This is just how it looks. This is local. I don't think it's going to work here. Oh, okay. So I allow it. Okay. And so, I don't know. Something else is supposed to happen. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work here. That's the thing. It doesn't work because it's local. So, but this is simple. This is clean. It's elegant, right? It's nice. I don't even think you guys can see it. Let me share. Let me share it with you guys and show you, what it looks like. Let me share it with you guys and show you guys what it looks like. It's clean. It's elegant. Right here. This is just the local though. So you would click on this, and then it's already established, but it's local. So I don't think it's gonna work because it's local. Let me see. Let me reset it. I'm trying to. Yeah, I already did it, so I already gave it permission. Okay. So anyway, we got the files. The files are uploaded. We commit the changes. All right. We're gonna use Verisul for this. So we got to go over here to Verisul, and the fun begins over here on Verisul. Why did it give me that? Oh, okay. Okay, so we're over here on Verisul, and I got my different things, which I'm not going to show you everything that's in here. And we go to add new, and we're going to go to project, and we're going to import it. Okay, and then we're going to go to deploy, and we just wait for it to build out. It shouldn't take that long. And voila, it's built out. Then we click on it. It takes us to it. We click present. And so let me show you what we got. And so this is what we got. Okay. Now, in order to get this, no, not here. This one. Now, this is what we got. Now, let me see if it works now. Okay. Now, see, it works. So, here goes the thing. We don't need it to work here, so we're not going to mess with that. Travel app wants to show notifications. Okay. Now, we're not going to worry about that right here, because what we need to do is we need to look at it on the mobile phone. So we have to go and we have to share it to the mobile phone. So the best way I do that is through QR code. And we go take the QR code and voila. Voila, we have it on our mobile phone. I can't really show you what it looks like because that would require me to put my camera on. I don't want to put my camera on right now, but you'll get the idea. Okay, you'll get the idea. I'll let you know if it works or not. But it's on the mobile phone. Now, you're free to go ahead and try it with me. You're free to go ahead and try it with me. It's no big secret. I mean, it's cool. I mean, if you want to try it with me, then you just go here and you're going to scan that QR code. See that QR code? You're just going to scan that QR code. I don't know if it's coming up. I can't see it. But if the QR code is coming up, just going to scan this QR code if you want to try it with me. All right? I'll put the link to it. How about that? I'll put the link to it right here. I'll put the link to it right there. Okay? So if you want to try it with me, that's the link to it. Okay? So now I click on enable notifications. It says this browser does not support desktop notifications. Like I knew it would do. That's cool. But it works. Okay? But it says this browser does not support desktop notifications. So we have to go back here and we have to tell chat, update the JavaScript. Okay? Update the JavaScript to, what is it saying? Support mobile browser notifications. Okay? And it's going to update it. Ooh, what is this? Service Worker JS. Let me see what it says here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we did. Okay, so to ensure mobile browser push notifications work effectively, we need to modify the JavaScript hold to handle permission requests more robustly and utilize the web push API if necessary. However, it is important to note often requires a service worker, which can't be implemented directly in a simple HTML file without a server. Okay. So we can't do it directly in a simple HTML file without a server. Okay, so how can we do it in a simple HTML file without a server? See, this is the good thing about ChatGPT, because, hold on, is it giving me the solution? For push, you want to include in the same directory. Okay, so how do we implement it with a simple HTML file without a server. Okay, so it gave me something to do. You can keep everything in one file. So now it wants me to write everything in one file. Okay, notification functionality. Okay, so now what it wants us to do is it wants us to copy this code and it wants us to use, it's giving us just the HTML code, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to just use the HTML code, okay, all in one file, which means we don't have to do anything really because there's no styles or nothing like that. So we go and we click on save all, right? And I don't think we really have to do anything. Yeah, it put everything into one file for us. So we go back over here. We go back over here to GitHub. Where's my GitHub at? And so we go back over here to GitHub. Okay. So we go back over here to GitHub. We go back to and we haven't even done the fun part yet. This is just the beginning. This is what I'm talking about. Why you can only do a feature. Because if you had to do like a whole bunch of stuff, man, forget about it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna update just the index file. Okay. We're gonna update just the index file. All right. And then we're going to delete the script file so that there's no overlapping. We're going to delete the script file and we're going to delete the CSS file just so that there's no issues with overlapping code that can cause a problem. So we only have, because what chat did was say the optimal way to do it was put everything into an index file. Ironically, this is why I like Verisol, because Verisol in that little bit of time, it already started to redeploy everything in that little bit of time. Or it should kick over right now. Or did it kick over already? I don't know. That was quick. That was quick. That was 3 minutes already? No. Was it 3 minutes already? Let me see something here. 3 seconds ago. All right. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So boom, we back. Okay. So now do it all over again. Unfortunately, it was a different browser. I don't like using Safari. I have an iPhone and I don't like using Safari. So now I have to do it the old-fashioned way. I have to type it in. I don't like using Safari. Why is it doing that? That's not right. Oh boy. Something's not right here. Okay, there we go. Something wasn't right. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. So now we're back in business. It's back up and we're back in business, okay? So you just gotta take my word for it. So let me stop sharing the screen. Okay. So now this browser does not support desktop notifications. It's still saying the same thing. Suppress dialog. All right, still not working. Okay. Okay, saying this browser does not support desktop notifications. Okay, I'm using Chrome mobile browser, and I'm getting the error message. This browser does not support desktop notifications. This message may occur because often used and have different compared to mobile devices may often require to be enabled. Open your mobile device notifications. Okay, so this is something that we have to do is we have to open the settings, go to, I don't see where that says site settings. Go to settings. Notifications. On your mobile device, open Chrome, go to settings. Go to settings. Notifications. It doesn't say what that is. Search engine notifications. I don't know. I don't see that. Okay, your JavaScript instead of the message regarding you can modify. Here's an update script. Simple. Here's a full code. Okay, cool. All right. So this is what it is. You just keep, you keep troubleshooting. Okay, you keep troubleshooting. This is pretty much what you're doing. I just keep troubleshooting until we get the desired result, which we haven't even gotten to the good part yet, because the good part is that we get we get the country for the month of November. So we haven't even got to the good part yet. We're still just trying to get this to recognize on the mobile app. Okay. So we got to add another file. We add the index again. We commit the changes. And then we close this out, and then we wait while it does its thing. Okay. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Usually it kicks over by now. Okay, it says it did it. It does it really fast. So you actually have to check the logs because it really does it really fast. And then it gives me the wrong one. That's not the one I want. The one I want is, that's not the one I want. I want the domain one. You don't want the deploy one. I want the domain one. So go back into it again. This browser does not support desktop. What's going on? That's weird. It hasn't kicked over for some reason. What's pending? It's checking for something. Deployment queued. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't do that. Let me see. Let me see something. Something's not right. It might have been because I deleted files or something. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, something failed. Oh, God. All right, let's see here. We got to do something. There's something going on. Give me one moment here. I hate having to fix this shit. Shit's annoying me. It might have been because I deleted those files and I wasn't supposed to. Some other shit. Delete. Let me delete it. I gotta delete it and add it again for some reason. Okay, so delete that, and then GitHub is saying there's some type of error. Now there's some type of error. Yeah, man. Mm. 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 Okay, and let's see here. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was some type of connection problem. You just got to do it again. Because sometimes, the way that all this works, the code will be right, the file just won't operate. And you never know because you spend your time cutting down trees and shit. Nothing's wrong with anything. It's just operational. So, okay. So we added the new, okay. Added the new file. Okay. So you go to add new project, import. Time really flies when having fun. We go to deploy, and it's building some new shit. So that last link I gave you, you can disregard it because it don't even exist anymore. So we got a new link. That last link doesn't even exist anymore. Okay. So we got a new link. Dismiss. So go over here. Still saying the same thing. This browser doesn't support notifications. Okay. Good. Mm. Mm. How do I enable in your site? I don't know. How do I put notifications on? Mm. It only asks me notifications on mobile notifications. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay. Nope, still the same thing. But what did I just turn on? I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna have to stop here because settings at Chrome. Settings, apps, Chrome, notifications, notifications. Okay, yeah, this is allow notifications. All right, so that works. Yeah, notifications are allowed. All right, so it's not something that'll work on the phone, but it should. I got to think about this. I got to think about this. Let me try the newest code, but ultimately I got to think about this because there's a way to fix it. There's a way to make it work on the mobile browser. I just haven't thought of it yet. So that's what I got to do. I got to go sit down and think about it. Come up with a solution. But there's more variables to it than just this because I didn't even set up the Firebase and everything. I'm just trying to. So it probably works. It's just that it doesn't have the stuff I need set up to really so it works. So uploading a new thing, and I mean it's fast. This thing is super duper fast. It don't waste no time. It don't waste no time. That's why I like it, because it's like, bam. Mm. It said 2 minutes ago. Mm. Let me see the yeah. Dismiss. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh boy. All right. Nope. All right. So that's it for tonight. I gotta figure this out because it works. It works. It just doesn't work on the mobile like I want it to. But it works. It definitely works on the desktop. But I need it to work on the mobile phone. So I gotta figure out. How to do that with my limited. It works. I gotta figure out how to do that with my limited capabilities. See, so it works. I just gotta figure out the details. But okay, I'm about to get out of here. We'll come back here tomorrow night, maybe, or next Saturday. We'll try this again. I gotta think. It's a solution to this. I just gotta figure it out. I'm too tired right now. All right, that's all I got for tonight. I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned. Bye bye.